Why American Gothic has so many subgenres and why that matters. American Gothic has more subgenres than almost any other national Gothic tradition. That isn't because writers enjoy labels. It's because America has never had a single shared trauma, only overlapping ones. Gothic fiction emerges when realism fails, when the world no longer makes moral sense, when institutions collapse, when inherited beliefs begin to rot. Gothic becomes a language that can tell the truth. In America, those failures did not occur uniformly. They fractured by region, by history, and by land. So American Gothic fractured with them. Each subgenre exists because a different place broke in a different way. Indigenous Gothic is foundational. It emerges from dispossession, genocide, forced removal, and the ongoing haunting of land taken but never reconciled with. Here, the Gothic is not metaphorical. The land itself remembers. The past is not the past. Ghosts are not symbolic, they are historical. Southern Gothic emerges from the legacy of slavery, religious hypocrisy, and inherited guilt, from a culture built on moral contradiction and denial. Appalachian Gothic arises from geographic isolation, environmental destruction, economic exploitation, and folklore used as survival knowledge when institutions failed. Hillbilly Gothic grows from the mythologized fear of Appalachia, exaggerated poverty, grotesque families, superstition turned into spectacle rather than inheritance. Western Gothic strips the frontier of heroism and exposes violence, lawlessness, and the moral cost of manifest destiny. Midwestern and Rust Belt Gothic confronts industrial collapse, spiritual emptiness, and the quiet decay left behind when prosperity withdrew. Arctic and Alaskan Gothic confronts isolation so extreme that the land itself becomes adversarial, where survival, not society, is the central terror. These are not aesthetic variations, they are historical responses. Each subgenre forms where a specific promise failed. The promise of progress, the promise of protection, the promise of faith, the promise of prosperity, the promise that the land could be taken without consequence. American Gothic multiplies because American disillusionment multiplies, and this is why Gothic subgenres matter. They are not costumes or moods, they are records of failure. They give voice to people and places realism could not fully represent, because realism alone cannot hold the weight of generational trauma, institutional betrayal, or land that has been wounded. American Gothic is not obsessed with darkness for its own sake. It is concerned with what happens when history refuses to stay buried and different regions are forced to remember in different ways. That is why there isn't one American Gothic. There are many, and each one exists because something was broken and needed a language strong enough to name it.